I won't go into too many details of that because, like I said, I don't like. I have to figure out like which stories are relevant, like because I don't want to do this whole like, oh, I'm spilling everything. I just want to have like this. I just want to fight two really widespread impressions that really bother the fuck out of me. One is that like I'm this horrible, abusive, one-sided, terrible person that Melina like escaped. Okay, number one.
Yeah, Daniel Hernandez says perfect. As soon as she's checked out, she will rewrite the whole relationship and make you seem fucked up. Light switch effect. Yeah. And that's when you know when you're in a relationship with a woman that is not emotionally mature and developed. Because you know when you're in a good relationship, okay, with a good woman, when the relationship ends, she does not go on a smear campaign of you and start tearing you down, sending text messages to the group chat. She does not go and start blocking you everywhere. That's a huge red flag too. And the fact that she hasn't been blocked everywhere is just like, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, that's like as soon as if a woman blocks me, you're done. You're done. I'm never, ever, ever, ever gonna disrespect myself to that level. That if a woman has the audacity and immaturity and selfishness to block me after I'm in some kind of relationship with her, if she's gonna do that, you're out. Peace. It is game over. No way. You have completely annihilated anything that could resemble or any kind of friendship or anything between the two of us because I do not have time for that kind of immature, childish, manipulative, quite frankly, toxic behavior. I do not. Okay.
And number two is I don't know how many people now have heard insane things about me behind the scenes now. Because when I talk to some people and I'm like, have you heard this story? And they're like, yeah, isn't this when you did that, that, and that? And I'm like, is that all you heard about this? That drives me crazy. And then three, I don't like the fact now that Mel and Tim are on their streams, like basically saying I'm lying about things, which is also driving me crazy. It's like, I'm not lying about it. Why would I lie about anything related to our lives that is so easily verifiable? I would be so stupid to tell lies about these topics that you've told everybody about because everybody knows them. Tim is the meme text guy or whatever. Yeah.
Tim is the guy, the feminine looking guy that she left him for.
You do give off low-key abusive partner vibes. Yeah, I do that because of the way that I talk about my relationship and the way that I express myself on stream. The reality is I'm a complete pushover on every part of my life. Well, no.
Right there. You hear that? The reality is I'm a complete pushover in every part of my life. And to look at that what he's saying, again, what he's saying, no frame. No frame. If you have no frame, guys, people will take advantage of you. People will abuse you. People will use you. Okay. The only person in your life that has your best interests at heart, if you're lucky, is your mother and your father, if you're lucky. And then number three is you. But you have number one agency over the direction of your life. And other people, if you do not stick up for yourself, if you do not tell them no, if you do not have boundaries, which is frame, and you do things that in your heart, you're like, I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it because and then you lie to yourself because I need to be a good Christian, or I need to be a good man, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. And the answer to this question is very simple. If you do not want to do it, don't do it. Do what you want to do. And that includes not doing things. Okay. Like if you have a friend who only hits you up every 3 months, he's like, hey man, I got to move. I don't know, friends moving every 3 months, but you get like a guy or a girl in your life, they only hit you up when they need something. Then that person is a person that is not really valuing you as an individual because they're just popping into your life to use you and disappear. This person views you as a utility. They don't view you as an actual person. And they'll continue to do this unless you stand up and you're like, no. The answer is no. Don't talk to me like that. Don't treat me like that. No, I'm not going to pay that price. Yes, I will walk away from that deal. No, you're not going to talk to me like that. No, you're not going to touch my girlfriend. Okay. I got a lot of heat on Jedediah's show when I said, look, if I get married, I don't want other man, even if it's playful, I don't want another man touching my wife and dancing with her. And people are like, oh, this guy seems insecure. Like, no, motherfucker, I got frame, right? And I don't want some other man coming up and touching my woman. And another thing is this. This is why you don't put your main girl on YouTube and social media, because the pressure of the relationship being public, it's just not a good thing. You should hide and protect the women that you love completely off of social media. Like when I see dudes posting their girl, like, oh, here's my girl. I love her so much. She's amazing. I'm like, bro, hide that chick, dude. You do not know what sick pervert is watching her on Instagram. And these dudes are out here, bro. These perverts and weird dudes are out here en masse, bro. Talk to one of your girlfriends, and you know, one of my girlfriends here. She's like a legitimate model. She has like contracts, and she's like on magazines. She's on television. She's a beautiful girl, right? And she was showing me some text messages and emails she gets from this creepy guys. You know, this one dude was like, "Oh, do you like Cartier? I want to buy you some Cartier." It's like, dude, you never even met this girl, and you're like this skeezy and creepy. And she only has a couple thousand followers. She only has like 2,000 followers. So if you're out there and you're like, "Oh, I love my girl," and like, here's a picture, and here's her Instagram at, bro, you are putting out a target on your woman for fucking fake social media like points. Okay. That's why I never put any woman that's important to me. You never see her on these streams, and you never will, because and another thing is this, it's not a player move, bro. Like, sure, you should post, you can put this girl on the internet, and then other girls will be like, oh, yeah, he has a girl. I want to be that girl too. But at what cost? The cost of your relationship, the cost of your privacy, the cost of security. Like, are you that dense? You know, it's not a good move whatsoever. So, and we're seeing a fallout of it right here.
You do give off low-key abusive partner vibes. Yeah, I do that because of the way that I talk about my relationship and the way that I express myself on stream. The reality is I'm a complete pushover on every part of my life. Well, no, that's not true, actually. I'm not anymore. I just was in my relationship, but that's done. Thank God. Okay? Holy shit. Would you say this is largely a male thing, or do you think this is a meme ticks guy thing? I don't know how much I'll get into that, but one thing I will say that minded me for a long time is I think almost every single initial read that I had of Melina was incredibly accurate. And I'm very upset that I let so many people push me off of what were really strong gut feelings about my wife that I spent 5 years. I know.
You hear that? So in his gut, he knew that this was probably not a good idea. But then I'll tell you what really happened. That pussy's really good. She was cute for him. For him, that's a cute girl. Okay. I've met Destiny. He's a manlet. Okay. He's a little soy manlet. This guy could not defend himself in a fight. He is frail in real life. He's a little manlet. And yeah, to get a girl like that, you know, even though she got yellow teeth and fucking hairy feet, you know, and she's a fucking devious whore, which we're seeing now. You know, when I called her that, everybody's like, "Oh my god,
cyber misogyny,"
right?" But then now it's all coming out, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're oh well, I guess you were right. We go back to watch some drama now." Shut up, okay? For the people that are smart and sober watchers and just observing my critical analysis from an objective standpoint of these situations that are happening, you'll see. I know I will be right, and I'm not gloating in this situation, but I'm just saying, you know, here we are, like, and here broadcasting it to the world. Um, and ultimately, I do think Destiny is a smart guy, and I think he will bounce back from this. Will he get into? He's definitely learned from this because he's not stupid, and but I think he is just kind of like holding on to his like open left brain, left like liberal minded perspective still on like more of like an ego point at this time, because like the red pill was telling him, Sneeko was telling him, Myron was telling him, the whole internet was telling him, and he was just like, no, 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 cope, 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 cope. And then now here we have an hour and a half long trauma dump on his channel explaining about how he was wrong. And he let his buddies talk him. And that's another thing. When you're frame, if you know in your heart that you're right about something, and that you know that's something that you're uh involved in is something you shouldn't be involved in, and you go against your gut feeling, your gut's right, man. It's your second brain in your stomach. And yeah. Uh Keep Hooping asked me, MLD, have you ever been close to Melina? Yeah, I was live in studio with her 2 times on the Whatever podcast, and also on Valuetainment Money. Yeah. And if you watch in that clip, I hold frame too. When she at one point, Melina, she said, she called me a piece of shit. I was like, hey, don't talk to me like that. And she tried to say something, and I looked at her right in the eye. I said, hey, don't talk to me like that. And she shut the fuck up. Okay. And it was hard to, for a lot of guys to When someone talks to you in a disrespectful way, look them in the eye, like, do not talk to me like that. Because a lot of you guys, just to be very critical, a lot of you guys are not as internally strong with your inner game as you should be, and that you're capable of, right? But the thing is, if you neglect your self development, eventually in life, as life goes on, um, holes in your game are going to be exposed. And life will teach you, or life will continue to punish you, because either you're going to it's going to teach you by you learning and changing your behavior, or you're going to continue to do the same shit, and then you're going to go about your way. And, eventually one mistake is going to be too many.